Hi, so I am about to show you what has truly been the runaway favorite feature of my Story Pro, and she's called Pocket Patrice. And let me give you a little bit of context and a bit of background before I actually show you how to get the best stuff and the best use out of Pocket Patrice. But I built it because a little selfish, I'm going to be honest. As a solopreneur, as a small business owner, and let's be real, so many of us are completely remote now. You're in a silo, and the biggest thing that I miss from my corporate days of being in that Today Show newsroom or being in the media in New York was being able to turn to my work spouse or turn to any of my smart colleagues and say, hey, I'm thinking about this idea, or I have this pitch, or I have this concept. What do you think? And poke holes in it. And 10-15 minutes later, you would get feedback, and all of a sudden it would spark an idea in your brain, and you would be like, that's it. And that aha spark, you would then run with it, and it was the idea that it always should have been. That is really hard to do. I feel like in the way we work these days. And yes, we have communities and we pay for communities, and some of us even have coaches and we have friends, maybe on text chains, but they're not always on our schedule. So I wanted something in my own business where I could just riff. I wanted someone to be like, give me tough love. Tell me when my idea sucks. Tell me when my idea was missing or there was gaps in it. Tell me that I actually had a good idea. Like, validate my thoughts. And so that is what Pocket Patrice is. Pocket Patrice is going to be like your best brainstorming friend who only wants the best from you. And here's the thing. Pocket Patrice is a coach. If you think of a coach, maybe you have a personal trainer, maybe you have a business coach, you don't ask them to do the thing for you, even though sometimes we would like that to happen. They guide you. They help you be the best version of yourself. They help you like see insights, and then, you go do the work. That's exactly what Pocket Patrice is like. So you start here when maybe you need some ideas that need to be sorted out. Maybe you have a presentation coming up and you're not sure of the flow. Maybe you're working on some new curriculum for your new product that you have. Maybe you have a new idea for a service and you're not sure if it's a good idea. Maybe you need some validation on a training that you're doing. Maybe you need some email help. We've all had to write hard emails, and you need like another brain to say, maybe you should tone down, or maybe you should make it a little bit more personable. Like, that is what Pocket Patrice does. And I promise you, what we've seen in that people are getting out of Pocket Patrice is that, and this is not the intended use for it, but they are actually feeling empowered, and they are feeling more confident to then actually show up in their marketing. Because when you have sometimes all you need is validation, to get out of your head. And that's exactly what Pocket Patrice does. So let me start here. Let me go in really quick. And there's so many ways that you can use Pocket Patrice, but I'm just going to show you like 2 quick ways that I personally use Pocket Patrice on a daily basis. So I use her to brainstorm for literally everything. So for example, I might say to her, I am working on this is workshop, which is also true, coming up about AI and storytelling. And I'd like to, oh my God, how about spelling? Brainstorm ideas on flow, concepts, and what would be the most interesting, content. Okay, let's see. Let's see what she says. Okay, all right. Let's start to break it out before we dive in and help me understand a bit more. You'll see she's not ever just going to like spit out an answer to you, because she's always going to ask questions. She's a coach. She is literally like a clone of me, and like what I do for a living is I ask questions. So she's going to ask you a lot of questions, but they are intentional questions. Okay, who's your target audience for this workshop? Like, are we talking complete AI newbies, business owners, other storytellers? What's your main goal? Are you aiming to teach them how to use AI for storytelling, help them understand the relationship between AI and storytelling? Something entirely different. Okay, so let me just show you. Okay, these are people who have a bit of AI, acumen, but they want to know how to use it better, and specifically to help them in their marketing and to not lose sight of being human, and to see how it can help them show up more effectively in their business. Okay. see what she says. And again, she's going to ask, okay, got it, nodding enthusiastically. And by the way, we've also built this where she does not always nod enthusiastically. Like if you are on an idea and it's like, meh, like she will say, like we're going to go back to the drawing board. Now she's never going to be mean, but she is not just a total yes woman. Okay. So you know what's interesting? I'm seeing so many people either completely resist AI, like or going all in, losing their human touch. Okay. Let me ask you this. What do you think are the biggest fears or hesitations your audience has about using AI for their marketing and storytelling? Also, are they mostly solopreneurs? They have teams. So you can see how this is like a back and forth. And yes, this is a little bit more work, but that I would promise you it's a good thing, because this is going to help you get to like insights that you cannot see. It is really hard to do this work on ourselves, or unless we have someone else that we really trust or really understands our business, and Pocket Patrice is that person. All right, so let's do this again. And another way that I use Pocket Patrice a lot as well is sometimes I know the type of story or the type of feeling I want to evoke, but I don't know where to start. So for example, I want to incorporate some fail stories into my content for my audience, but I'm not sure how to even start doing this. Okay. All right. Okay. All right. So again, question: what kind of fails or struggles have you experienced that might actually help your audience feel less alone? All right. I have started like businesses. Sorry, you guys, my spelling here. Oh my God. I have started businesses that never took off. I have applied for grants that I never got. I have made lots of content that never took off or was never seen. Okay, I'm just like riffing here. Okay, so your students are telling goal, these experiences are exactly what your audience needs to hear, because let me tell you, everyone's out there thinking they're the only one dealing with invisible content. So what I love about Pocket Patrice is like, she also validates stuff, but gives you context, not just says yes. Like she actually gives you her thoughts on why she's thinking that. And sometimes like that is enough to get your brain in a totally different headspace and then run with it. Okay, can I ask, which of these experiences taught you the most? Like, was there one particular business or da-da-da-da-da-da? So she's going to ask you to go. And so Pocket Patrice, this conversation is going to be as long as it needs to be. And what's going to happen is, and I'm not going to do this fully on here now because it could take a while, but at some point she's going to tell me to go somewhere else. She's going to say, you know what, we're done. I think you're in a good spot. I think you should go to the storytelling hub, or I think you should go to the make a script. And the most exciting thing that we're seeing in all the people using Pocket Patrice is it is actually giving people confidence and this sense of like empowerment to want to show up. So much of not showing up or being scared is you don't validate stuff, or you think it's a dumb idea, and so you just run with that and you never do anything. But using Pocket Patrice is allowing people to get out of their own head and actually seeing someone else say, hey, that's a good idea, or that's a good idea, but you should add this, it'll be a better idea. And they're getting more confidence to go up and show up in their business. So can't wait for you to use Pocket Patrice, and literally the sky is the limit for how you can use her.